Everybody, how you doing? I'm going to start simply by saying that if you're here for trolliness, don't bother. Go away. We're not interested. Whatever beef that you have with anybody else, handle it elsewhere. This ain't the place. I'm not your girl. We're not here for that. Hey, Kim D. High is in the house, and Miss Sunrise Dawn is first to get 'em out. Good to see everybody. Yeah, I'm not your girl. There's been some chatter in the comments talking about this person is impersonating that person, and people who aren't with us anymore would be upset about it. I think the people that aren't with us anymore would be more upset about the fact that this is still getting dragged out. So take it home, take it elsewhere, take it to your meds. Don't even care. Take it elsewhere. Not tonight, Miss Sunrise Dawn. So far, not tonight. But in the comments from last night, in comments from before, and in last night's chat, and all kinds of stuff, we're just ignoring it, y'all. If you see any of that nonsense and any of the people who engage in that nonsense, ignore. You can block them if you want. You can keep them here if you want and just kind of keep an eye on what they do. I'm not giving names because, again, wrong place. Wrong girl. What I am here to talk about is actual information. Let's talk about the real shit, okay? We've had a lot of people talking about the cruise. I've gotten a lot of emails today, and I love it. I love it. I am not tired of answering emails yet about this whole thing. And yeah, my hair is all weird. I just put it up in little meatballs right now just because I had to get it out of my way. But also, they're not even. I'm a little crooked. Whatever. Basically, I am not getting tired of replying to emails. I'm not getting tired of talking to people about it, replying to comments on Facebook about it. Some people have tried to be a little tiresome about it. As Reese says, let them. I'm just remaining positive. I know a lot of people who are interested, including some larger creators. I saw today that Tommy is very interested. Tommy, Captain Tommy from the lifeboat. That'd be pretty cool. If he goes, we might get Reese. And if he and Reese go, maybe we'll get Aaron. Maybe we'll get Sterling. I don't know. But we've got until March 2nd to put deposits down. And I'm looking forward to it. We've had interest from other avenues. I'm here. I'm here to book everybody. Now, I will say, because this came up in another chat, I can't remember if it was in my chat or if it was in Marilyn's chat last night, but I will say that if you call Carnival and you decide that you're going to book this cruise, or if you book it online or whatever, and you don't book it through me, you're not going to be involved in the perks, in the cocktail party, in the other gatherations. That's going to be happening if you book through me, because I'm the only one that can book into this group. So that's kind of how that works. So I understand not wanting to trust some rando from the internet with your credit card information, One person has booked in. That would be Ms. Kara McAllister, and she booked in yesterday. She can tell you that the only charges that have shown up on her card were from Carnival. I don't play around. This has been my business for years. I've been a travel professional since 1994. Hey, Kimberly Gabaldon. Hey, Maya. Hey, Hef. Glad to see you all. Yeah, Reese said she'll go if Tommy does. And Tommy sounded really interested. So I took the initiative and emailed him tonight with all of the cruise details after that live happened. I dropped him an email. So he's got all the info. But I feel the need to say it again because somebody had talked about, and I'm not naming names. I'm just saying that there's probably more than one person who says, oh, well, now that I know the ship and the date, then we can just book it through Carnival and it'll be fine. And you can. You're just not going to be invited to all the cool shit that we've got going on because that's going to be happening through the group. Book into the group with me, you're going to get the access. You're going to have the all access pass to the cocktail party, which will be serving mocktails as well, to any of the other cool stuff that we've got going on for the group. If you're not part of the group and you're not booked in via my group, you're not going to be able to get access to it. Sorry. So just saying. So there's that. But also I was in Reese's chat earlier when she was talking about it. And I saw a lot of things being said. And some of those things were being said by Reese herself, and I get it. She had said that she wished that they'd had a vote. I posted about this in Reese's group a couple months ago, asking for input. And also, not for nothing, just because we've got a cruise blocked out, that doesn't mean that we can't have any other SP gatherations ever anymore. It doesn't preclude that. We can do a booking at an all-inclusive resort where we can all get together. That can absolutely happen. Just because one is happening doesn't mean that others can't. So there's that, first and foremost. Number one, people did have input and they did have an opportunity to have a vote. Number two, we can book whatever we want. That's the beauty of it. It's a big old world. And there's a lot of people who won't cruise for whatever reason. And I understand. But we can make it happen. That's what we do. That's why I'm a travel advisor. So I can help people make it happen. On my business cards, I am listed as an MIFH specialist. And MIFH stands for Make It Fucking Happen. That's what I do. So, there's that. But let's talk about some of the other things that other people were saying. Cruising is too regimented. Maybe it used to be. Maybe back in the day, you had to have dinner at whatever time. And you had to be here and you had to be there and you had to do whatever the thing. You know what you have to do when you get on a ship? You have to be back on board when you're in port by a certain time. You have to get off the ship on the last day of the sailing in the morning. Other than that, do what you want. You can choose early or late dining for the main dining room, or you can choose your time dining, which means that you go to the dining room anywhere from 5:30 p.m. until 9 o'clock at night. Sit down, be served your dinner. You don't have to go at a certain time. You want to see a show? Go to the early show, go to the late show. You don't want to go to a show? Don't go to a show. You don't want to go to the dining room for your dinner? Go to the buffet. Go to Guy's Burger Joint. You got options. Drop the extra gin, go to a specialty restaurant, get dressed up, and go to the steakhouse. I don't care. Do what you want. If you make an appointment at the spa, you want to be there on time. But as far as everything else goes, it's not regimented. You don't have to do a damn thing you don't want to do. You don't want to go ashore? Don't go ashore. Stay on the ship. Be soup. Hang out in the hot tub. Sit on a lounger. You want to go to shore, but you don't want to go on a guided tour anywhere? You don't want to have to be told where to go or, be stuck in a bus with a whole bunch of people? That's okay. You don't have to do that. Go to the beach. Wander around town. Go shopping. It's not regimented. Very few things that you have to do when you're on a ship. Here's another thing that you have to do. You have to attend the muster drill. You have to show up and watch a crew member show you how to put on your life jacket. Kind of important information. So that's okay. But that happens on the first day, and that's before you even cast off lines. They're required to do that, to make sure that everybody on the ship has some idea as to how to put on a life jacket. And they're not allowed to sail until that happens. So you go and you check in, and you scan your little sailing sign card. You say, I'm here. And you sit there and you watch them show you how to put on a life jacket. And then you fuck off. It's done. So it's not regimented. People aren't all having to march to the same places at the same time. You don't have to. You don't have to go to meals at a certain time if you don't want to. You don't have to dress up if you don't want to. Wear what you want. You can walk around on the pool deck in a jockstrap and sandals for all I care. If you're going to go to the places where there's food being served, like the buffet, maybe throw some shorts on, perhaps a shirt. It's just that simple. This really is not difficult. So there's that out of the way. Miss Sunrise Dawn, my hubby is still dragging his heels about going. I think he was surprised when I told him I'd just take my oldest daughter instead. Well, there's that. Yeah. I agree, Kimberly Gabaldon. I think Tommy would be fun. I think Tommy would be a blast. And I made sure to tell him in the email that I sent him tonight that there's an AA and an NA meeting every single day on a ship. So if people want to go and do 7 and 7, they totally can. But they're not going to be without support for their sobriety while they're on board. Hey, Soph. Good to see ya. Soph's here. Yay. So there's that. There's that. We got that out the way. What's the next one? What if there's a tsunami? What if there's a hurricane? This is right in the middle of hurricane season. Okay, seriously. My birthday's in September. I sail in September pretty much every year, sometimes twice. Maybe the port will change. Maybe there's a port that we won't be able to get into. Okay. Ships have incredible weather tracking systems on board. And the captains are very, very experienced, especially if they've been sailing in the Caribbean for any amount of time, in steering around trouble. Maybe it goes through some rain. Okay, it happens. Maybe you have a day in port where it's a little rainy. Okay, it happens. Weather is a thing. But you're not going to be dealing with hurricane level shit when you're on a ship, because they can steer around it. Not a big deal. And as Tommy said earlier today, if there's a tsunami, where do you want to be? Do you want to be on land? Japan might have a few things to say about that. Or do you want to be on a ship? I want to be on a ship. I don't want to be in one place where I know I can't escape. Sophie said, I told my sister, and she's like, hell yeah, you should go. I agree. I agree, Soph. So that's the weather thing. Seriously, y'all. And then there's the other thing. Ships are filthy. Everybody that I went with on my cruise got the flu. I didn't get sick because I didn't touch anybody or anything. I didn't touch anything. How do you go through an entire cruise and not touch anything? That's fascinating to me. Listen, here's the deal. Some people are filthy. Some people are absolute barbarians. Some people don't want to wash their hands after they're done in the bathroom. But I can tell you, there are hand sanitizing stations pretty much every 25 feet on a ship. Hand sanitizer is everywhere. When you walk into the buffet, there's going to be somebody standing at the front spraying your hands with hand sanitizer. And they go after everybody who walks in the buffet. They want everyone to be happy, happy, washy, washy. And if people decide to reach their filthy little mitts into the buffet, into the food, without using the tongs that are provided, and any of the buffet workers sees it, they're going to pull that whole pan of food or that whole tray of rolls or whatever it is, and they're going to put out fresh. So that whatever Mr. Filthy Paws decided to get all over that food isn't going to be spread to everybody else. I've seen it happen. So that's also a thing. The ships are not filthy. The ships, actually, the crew works so hard to keep those ships clean. And you'll see it. Kia ora, Ms. Beaumont. Good to see you. They work so hard to keep those ships clean because they know the kind of reputation that ships have. They know that people say that every time you go on a ship, you're going to get sick. You're going to get the shits. You're going to get norovirus. You're going to get COVID. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. No, they know. And they work their asses off. You go out on deck at night on the open decks, and you're going to see them hosing everything down and power washing the actual floors. They don't play. They are washing everything all the time. Their bleach solution, they walk around because they want people to be happy and healthy and come back. The only reason that you hear about people getting norovirus on a ship is because they are required to report to the CDC whenever X percentage of their passenger list gets ill with norovirus, with the same symptoms. Universities aren't required to report that. Shopping malls aren't required to report that. Buffet restaurants aren't required to report that. Bet it happens an awful lot more often at Golden Corral than it does on a ship or Old Country Buffet, but they're not required to report it. Ships are. So that's why you hear about it. And you don't even hear about it that often. So, no, Ms. Beaumont, you haven't missed much other than ship talk. Yep. Yep. Maya, you've got it right. Crew doesn't want to get sick either. And they probably will if a virus of some sort gets spread around. Absolutely. And if they get sick, they go into quarantine like that immediately. Hey, Jen, good to see you. So, yeah, the idea that the ships are filthy is just another myth. It's just another myth. It's something that people say to justify either not going on a vacation or to try to talk other people out of going on a vacation that maybe they don't enjoy. I don't understand why people want to rain on somebody else's parade like that, but they do. It happens. And I know some people who have gotten sick on ships. And I know a lot more of people who haven't gotten sick on ships, who've gotten sick other places in society. Happens. It happens. People get sick. One more thing. Oh, you're going to be trapped with a whole bunch of other people. The ship is just packed and disgusting, and you can't get away from humanity. Not true. Not true. There are always places on a ship where you can get away from people. Always. Always places on a ship. Do you know that a lot of ships have libraries? You can go to the library on the ship. You can look at books. You can do a jigsaw puzzle. You can play chess or checkers or whatever you want to do. Hang out in the library. There is a Serenity deck, which is adults only. You can hang out there. There's plenty of shady spots, so you don't necessarily have to be all in the sun. You can be there. You can chill in the hot tubs. You can hang out in the shade. You can get some snacks. You can get some drinks. It's all chill. You can do that. And it's not crowded. It's fine. I am always able to find, and I do not like crowds. Can't stand them. I can always find someplace on a ship, and it doesn't take a whole lot of looking, where I don't feel crowded, where I feel like I have plenty of space and I can breathe and everything's fine. And I don't even have to be back in my cabin for that. So let's just maybe calm down with the myths and the fear mongering and the I don't like this kind of vacation, therefore I'm going to shit all over it for anybody else who might might be thinking about going. Let's reinforce other people's fears about it. No, let's don't. Can we stop and just let people like what they like? Let people do what they're going to do? How hard is that? I just don't think it's that difficult. And yet, so many people have opinions. And a lot of those opinions are I've never been on a cruise because this is what I think about them. Okay, that's what you think about them. But you know what? That's not necessarily the actuality of the situation. That's not the reality. It's just what you think about them. And you're welcome to have your opinions. But don't present that as fact. I've been on them. I've been on a lot of them. And I've sailed to all different times of the year. I've never been more relaxed in my life. You don't have to be doped to the gills. You don't have to be all Dramamined up. You don't have to. There's a lot of different things that you can do that'll make it a much more enjoyable, much less sick-making experience if motion sickness is really a challenge for you. So, and for those who are saying that we can't really call it an SP cruise if we don't have any of the big creators here, we're in touch with the big creators. Marilyn and Duncan are going to be there. Marilyn's been in touch with certain creators. I have been in touch with certain creators. Hello, Ms. Marty Girl. Glad to hear you. Glad to see you. Welcome. We're in touch with the big creators. It's still early. Y'all, I just blocked the rooms 2 nights ago. I just got our first booking last night. Hello, Mr. Crow. Good evening. So it's still early. We've got until March 2nd to get those deposits in, to put your names on a cabin, to get you ready to rock. We got time. Plenty of time for people to make their decisions, gather up the money for the deposit, talk to other people, decide being roommates. If you want to be roommates, you can be roommates. We've got plenty of time to figure that out. Sophie's making the point that she doesn't consider herself an SP because you're not an X and you've not been declared, and being an SP only exists within Scientology. Okay, and that's fair. That's fair. I was calling it SPs at sea because as far as I know, SP not only stands for special person, but it also is, somebody who is suppressive is anybody who speaks out against Scientology, who is blatantly against Scientology. We are suppressives. So there's that. But also, that's not the name that I put on the group when I blocked out the rooms with the cruise line. I put the name Xenu Marlene on the group. And I know we're going to be hoisting some. We're going to be toasting to Doug. And we're going to say Marlene's name out loud. And if, I really kind of want people to challenge me on that. Because they don't really have anything to say about that. So I've been sending out emails all day long. Well, since I got up, so from the afternoon on. Um, Soph is against it for sure, not trying to make it a thing, just your opinion. That's fine. That's fine. Again, that's why I decided to call the group Xenu Marlene. Marty girl. Not SP, but yet ex-cultist. Anyone in this fight is welcomed. Poor Doug, miss him. Yeah, so do I. I did just say it out loud. Marlene Sweeney. Xenu. We're going to be remembering Doug, y'all. And who knows what kind of cool stuff is going to be in the offing. I know that I've already got some surprises up my sleeve. And we're working on more. It's just going to get better from here. And the bigger it gets, the better it's going to be. You can take that shit to the bank. Snap, Kimberly, says Ms. Beaumont. You damn right. Yep. 100%. So, it doesn't, people can argue semantics all day long, and they're welcome to do so. But if you're going to with arguments, come at me with facts. The fact is, I've been trying to get something like this put together for months and months and months and gotten blown off and blown off and blown off. Until I finally just decided, screw it, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. And I did. And here we are. And it's happening. Everybody's been talking about it. And before, when they would talk about it on their channels, it was just har, har, har when, someday, oh yeah, when we do the SP cruise, we should blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let's go. Let's do it. But they kept blowing me off. And I got tired of waiting. So now we're doing it. I've got one person booked in. Ms. Kara McAllister. Booked in. Last night. And I could not be happier. She booked herself a solo cabin. We talked about, if she wants to add a second person later, she can. Absolutely. She's number one. She's going. She's going. And I know a lot of other people, they've talked to me about trying to figure out what's going on with, single cabins versus double cabins. I don't really want to pay extra for the single supplement. That kind of sucks that they do that. Yes, it does. But it's pretty basic. A lot of people have formed a lot of connections here. And if you feel comfortable with it, I'm certain that you can find a roommate. I am not assigning roommates. I don't do that. I'm not taking that on. Because honestly, y'all, I am taking enough on with this. It is not easy. It's going to be complicated AF. And, once we get closer to things and start looking at flights and deciding if I need to book a hotel room block in Miami and all of that stuff, it's going to get even more complicated. but I'm doing it. I'm just not gonna add on assigning roommates to people to that. That's something that y'all can figure out on your own. Um, and there's no reason that y'all can't talk about it amongst yourselves on Facebook. Um, by all means, please do so. I'm going to be putting up a Facebook page so that people who have booked in. Yes, I own my own travel agency. Yeah, and I've been working in travel since 1994. So, yeah, it's what I do. Hey, Artsy Tartsy, good to see you. Um, so yes, this is what I do. It's what I do for a living. It's the only way that I make a living right now. Um, and normally I would get paid up front for something like this, a certain amount of professional fee before taking on a project like this. But I'm not doing that. And if the OGs had taken me on and said, "Yeah, let's do it. What do we need to do to get started?" I would not have charged them my professional fees either. So I'm not getting paid anything upfront. One person very generously made a donation to me via Zelle, to recognize the work that I'm putting into it, and I really appreciate that. Um, but it's not a requirement. I want everybody to get together and have a good time. That's what I want. So that's what we doing. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get together and we're gonna have a good time. When we get a little bit closer to things, yeah, I'm gonna start looking at flights. We're gonna look at a hotel room block. Uh, Anybody who wants to arrange roommates amongst yourselves, you think that you've gotten to know these people well enough that you'll be able to spend 8 days in a cabin, sharing a cabin with them, do it. Do it. I'm gonna make a Facebook page for all of the people who have booked in, but that's gonna be a private group, and you're not gonna be able to get in if you haven't booked in. So I'm not gonna have all kinds of people from the outside peering in on what we're discussing because it's none of anybody else's business. Get aboard or don't. Good morning, Mr. Sander. Glad to see you. Greetings to you in Denmark. Artsy Tartsy needs a roomie still. And I think that there was somebody in the chat last night who has been in touch with me who needs, she doesn't need fully accessible, but she is kind of looking for a roommate um, because she has a few special needs that she's, so I may have sent her in your direction, Artsy Tartsy. Just because I know that you're doing the accessible thing and uh, she will need that as well. So, um, yeah, yeah. I'm keeping people in mind. I'm just not making any assignments because quite frankly, that is well beyond that's more power than I would ever want or could think about. But I know that that's something that she was interested in and something that she had some requirements for. So I'm fairly certain that I sent her in your direction. Also, I got an email today from you showing me some pretty cool stuff. Um, but I have the feeling that you sent it to a number of different people and may have just BCC'd it. So, yeah. But I did get that. Let me know. Soph just cleaned her bong and it was as bad as Doug's pipe. So yeah, Xenu, I'm really glad you did that. I kept threatening to send him pipe cleaners. Because I mean, jeebus. Yes, you, Artsy Tartsy. I got an email from you. Were you just sending me that so that I could see the photo of the beautiful finished SPTV necklaces? Because I can show that if you would like me to. Yes, we are all adults. Not my responsibility, for sure. Oh, you sent it only to me. Okay. All right. It sounded like you were talking to more than one person, but yeah, I will show the photo. The SPTV necklaces are ready to ship. She's about to resin them, then she will attach the adjustable leather cord and they will be ready for shipping out tomorrow. They're $20 a piece, $5 for shipping, and the first 10 orders will have a free gift enclosed, which is a cool gift, not cheesy, something handmade. In the front of the photo are the 5 that need resin applied and the leather cord attached. The other 3 are finished. Please email with orders ASAP. I'm trying to raise my cruise deposit money. Thanks so much. Love you all. There they are. Those are her necklaces, y'all. $20 a piece, $5 for shipping. Hit that woman up. Hit that woman up with your orders so that she can raise her cruise deposit. She sells 100 of them. There's her deposit. That's right, isn't it? Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, 25 times 100 is 250. No, 25 times 100 is 2,500. Duh. So she only needs to sell 10. 10? 10 to get her deposit. Guys, ladies, 10. That's all she needs to. How much is the deposit? $250 per person. For 2 people in the cabin, the total deposit is $500. Sophie, that's what it is. Oh, they are kind of cute. I can make a key ring out of them if they prefer. Nice. So, yeah, all she needs to do is sell 10 of them. 10, y'all. 10. And that's her deposit. Boom. Done. Yeah, I know. I'm bad at math, Kimberly. I don't math well. And I'm in a job where I have to do math, but that's why I have a calculator on my phone. I don't math in my head. Looking cool. How big are they? That's a good question. That's a good question. Artsy Tartsy. Do we have something that they're held up to for scale so that we know how big they are? Maya wants to know. Sophie's going to wait until the exchange rate is better. That makes sense. Yeah, dealing with global exchange rates can be kind of a bitch. That is true. And the dollar has been so freaking strong that it's really kind of a challenge. Now, why did this thing go? What does my phone want me to know? What? Phone? It's not that. Not that. Not that. Not that. Oh. Oh. I think I know what it was. Jasper is sleeping on Miss Sunrise Dawn's lap. And how sweet he is. I want to boop that snoot. I want to boop it. So, yeah. That's where we're at, y'all. What else do I need to remember for right now? Maya, how are your paintings coming along? Especially the painting of Fred. Inquiring minds want to know. And oh, Kems is here. Hey, Kems. Good to see you. Night meds. Night meds. Take your night meds. It's a modern something pharmacology. I'm going to make a whole song. Yes, that's Miss Sunrise Dawn's Beagle. And we love to have him here. And we're glad that you're back, Kems. Good heavens. Yeah, everybody was worried about you. Shacking up with some person after New Year's Eve. I mean, good on you. Get it. But we were concerned, sir. If people are interested, I've also gotten rates. There are suites available if somebody needs that. Somebody decides they gotta be a baller. Yeah, it has been crazy to watch live how they're specifically preying on foreigners and kids. Absolutely. 100%. And it's also sick making. Disgusting. I was watching Serge Del Mar and Marisa last night. And it's disgusting and it's terrifying and it's still going on. Kimberly's got us with the night med, Zeno Marlene. Who has Daniel Sander? Scientology. But yeah, I got rates for suites in case people need to be a baller. Artsy Tartsy sent an email. Beagles are good companions. Ah, okay, here we go. So for scale, she put them next to a lighter. That's how big they are. Now we know. I am glad that Serge and Marisa are exposing this. I'm glad that Marisa is getting her story out more widely. Um, I am I am glad that Serge is getting more exposure. It makes me really happy to see, even though it's disgusting. Um, I'm really glad to see that it's getting more exposure because more people need to know. They absolutely do. So the interview with Serge and Rabbit and how these cults prey on the Latino community. It's like the Christian cults target Pacific Island community around here. Sure. Yep. Yep. Yeah, the lighter is the universal scale, isn't it? So they're 1 inch by 1.5 inch. That's why I am not for this Free Sebastian movement. He's an adult and literally preying on people live on stream. It's wild, but a lot of buzz and energy around this thing right now. You know what? Honestly, I don't know anything about it, and I haven't been paying attention to it. But I'm kind of, any of that feels gross. If he can, if he's, yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about that because I haven't watched any of it, so I can't speak to it. But yeah, if people are being made more aware of the abuses within the cult, I don't want to miss this. It's happening live. Yeah, but do I actually want to watch it though? I don't know that I do. I don't know that I feel good about watching that. Um, I don't need to see people being victimized live on my TV screen. I want that to stop happening. I don't know, Chems. Send me some links. I'll look at it. Um, somebody else sent me a lot of things. Watch it, support it, spread it. Okay, Chems, send me some links. Send me some links. Um, I'll take a look. I'll see what's up. Um, somebody else sent me a good portion of their story, and it's a lot, and it's not involving the cult of Scientology, but it's involving something else that, to my mind, is just as dangerous. And I'm not really sure what to do with this information, but I know it's difficult. And I appreciate the information being shared with me. Like I said, I'm not really sure what to do with it. I don't know if there's anything to be done with it, but it gives a lot of interesting context. And I'm always interested in context. I just never want to feel like I'm rubbernecking at somebody else's trauma. I never want to feel like I'm treating other people like my own personal trauma zoo. Hey, Red, good to see you. I don't ever want to feel like that. Mr. Crow, I spoke to Dana, I want to say a week or two ago, and I sent her an email like a few days ago and haven't heard back from her. Mr. Crow. So I don't really know what to do. I've been catching up on people's videos. They're all on my watch later list, but um every day I get a few more gone through and I'm able to watch them, and some of it has been catching up on the stuff that Dana's doing because I do find her work interesting. Um but yeah, I sent her we had a nice long chin wag at one point. Um no, not his girlfriend, Sophie. Not his girlfriend. A female, a collaborator, yes. Girlfriend, no. Um, and we had a great chat. We had a video chat and it was good. It was good. We had a great conversation, but I sent her an email a few days ago and didn't haven't heard back from her yet. So I'm sure she's busy. So um yeah, I've seen the audit channel. Miss Sunrise Dawn. Um, but I don't know that that's the same as the Free Sebastian thing. So, if it's different than the audit channel, than the Scientology audit channel, um, maybe, but let's squash this. Let's squash this because I spoke with Doug about this, about the situation, and he had respect for her, and he had respect for the work that she was doing, and things just kind of blew up with, the other person with whom she is frequently linked, um, and so he was trying to just stay out of that whole thing, but he had respect for her as a person. He wasn't sure what exactly was going on, why people were mad at him about anything. Um, and I talked with her about it as well. They both had mutual respect for each other. And I think that they were having a cord in their ears from other directions and hearing things that weren't necessarily true or hearing things that were blown out of proportion. So they both they both had respect for each other. Um, and they both respected the work that the other one was doing. And they were both going down a lot of the same rabbit holes. And I know this because I did actually speak with him about it. So that's what I can say about that. I'm not going to trash her. I don't have any reason to. She's doing good work, she's doing honest work, and she's like I said, she's going down a lot of the same rabbit holes that he was. Um, they went about things differently, and that's okay. People can have different methodologies. Um, I don't think that he had time. I don't think that he had time. I think when push comes to shove, maybe he would have said more about it later. But I know what he told to me. I know the discussions that I had with him. And I know that what he did say about her was not super damning. He said that he wasn't sure why things had gone weird. I remember it. He didn't go in super hard against her, but I know that he didn't have the time. And if he had had the time, who knows what would have happened? Who knows if people were not gonna still be playing fucking games? But, what I know is what he told me, and what I know is that he didn't go out anywhere near as hard, uh, against her. He definitely had a lot more to say, Chems, absolutely. But he didn't come out anywhere near as hard to you or against her as he did against people that he really, really, truly did not care for. And you know who those people are. I don't need to name names because y'all know. Hey, Purple Groovy. So, I mean, that's all I can say about that. But I'm not gonna trash Dana. And he didn't trash her. Even he said that he wasn't sure what was going on with that or why it was crazy. So you are welcome to go with whatever you choose. But I know that the people he really, really didn't care for, he made it very well known. And she wasn't one of them. So, um, I just, I'm not here to thank you, Chems. I don't think that anybody wants me to trash anyone else either, and I'm not going to. That's not why I'm here. Um, that's not why the channel exists. It's not why I came on the air in the first place. Um, so I'm not here to do that. He literally said he was interested in what she was talking about. He never trashed her at all because Doug didn't speak like that. But when Doug was really upset with somebody or really, really disliked somebody, he knew it. And he made sure that everyone else knew it. So, yeah, when he was really frustrated with people, he let us know. And, I also, like I said, I had my own conversations with him. And I know how those conversations went. So I'm not going to characterize people in an unkind light um, for any reason, except for when I have personal experience with them. So far, really, the only people that I have any reason to characterize in an unkind light are people who are going to be trolley up in my chat. And I will characterize them unkindly. And I will also ignore the shit out of them. And that's what I recommend that everyone else do. Don't feed it. Whether it's individuals or whether it's sock puppets for all the same person, don't feed it. When a fire is given no oxygen, it extinguishes. When people are getting all riled up and desperate for attention and they don't get any, They go someplace else to get that attention. So, and that's what I started off this whole thing talking about is people be all up in my comments and all up in my chat and fighting with themselves and trying to rile other people up. Ignore it. Just ignore it. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Soph, and I'm not trying to frustrate you. I'm not trying to get you angry, but I am responding to the things that you're saying in real time and, well, in as close to real time as I'm getting. And I understand that it seems like you're becoming frustrated, and I don't know what to tell you. I also know that I'm not going to agree with everybody, and not everybody's going to agree with me. And that's okay too. I think if we can move on and we can call out the injustices and we can do what we can to speak out against the injustices that are still being perpetrated every day, then we need to do that. We all need to do that as much as we can. And not everybody is going to be able to do as much as everybody else. We all have our limits. But I think that if we can just really try to keep our eyes on the goal of making sure that people are called out, people are seen when they're pulling bullshit, then we're doing what we need to be doing. I can't watch Scientology audit because the yelling really gets to me. I think he's doing good work. I don't know anything about the Free Sebastian movement. I'm willing to watch. I'm willing to check it out. I'm willing to see what's happening. I'm interested in all of it. And it doesn't have to be just Scientology. It can be any other cult that's out there, any other high demand group, any other high demand religion, coercive control group, whatever you want to call it, any place where people exercising undue influence on other people, we need to be aware and awake and call it out. And it's that simple. We're all going to go about our things differently. We're going to have different viewpoints on it. It's how we do. And see, and this is the part, Chems, where I have no idea what you're talking about. Fuck Sebastian. Not everyone in Scientology or Sea Org is a victim. When does the abused become the abuser? Yeah, I have no idea. Because I don't know anything about Sebastian. So, anytime you want to send me some links and hook a bitch up with some enlightenment, that would be fantastic. Kimberly Gabaldon, everybody is going through their own process, and sometimes we bump into each other in the dark, but it's not malicious. We can expect differences in perspective. Absolutely. Absolutely. Joe, oh my. Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm so proud of you, Cricket, for moving forward on this cruise. I think you could also create a resort event as well for Reese. We appreciate you. Thank you very much, Joe Omai. I emailed Reese tonight, and I don't know if she read the entire wall of text, but she did reply back to me when she was done with her live, saying that it was super helpful. And I did let her know that we can certainly create something at an all-inclusive, and I am happy to assist in that. So she said it was super helpful. I reached out. I did what I could with that, Joe Oh my. I'm trying, babe. Jen says, Cricket, check out Confident Chris. He works with William, but he approaches it slightly differently, not near as much yelling. Okay. All right. Cool. I'm down with that. Daniel Sander, too much of a singular focus is not good in my book. You have to make room for duality. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if everybody's focused on the same thing, then shit's going to be happening on the sides that we're going to miss. So I appreciate the eyes everywhere. I love that there are people going down different rabbit holes. Xenu Marlene, yo. And remember why it's Xenu Marlene. Remember who these people are. Remember that Xenu is supposedly the big bad in Scientology, which is what I frequently call it myself, just because I LOL every time I hear the Xenu story. And remember who Marlene Sweeney is. An actual human walking around on this planet doing fucking damage. And has done damage for a long time. We say their names. And we shame them. Or, you know, I mean, maybe Xenu's your homeboy. That's fine. We say their names. We get it out there. We don't just do this because it's fun to get shit-faced every night of the week. We do this and we use these words in particular because they're words that people need to be hearing. Thank you, Red. Even help her no book tour. Yeah. Somebody in her chat came up with the best name and she didn't see it. She didn't see it. But seriously, how do you not call this the Flaps in the Wind tour? I can't take credit for that, but that shit was funny. I told her I would go on the cruise if she does. Sent an email to Tommy tonight. Told him about the daily meetings on the ship. We'll see. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. We'll render and what, Marty? We'll render in what? MMC? I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Try again, please, so that I know. I appreciate every single one of you, even if we have little in common. Damn right, Kimberly. Scamtology? Yeah, you ain't wrong. I miss Doug. Yeah, me too. Me too. Every one of those people at the building they're protesting is doing damage every day. Yes. Yes. Problem is that some of them are kids. They've been raised in it and they don't know any different. And that in itself is abuse. Where's Steve-O? Who's Steve-O? Was it Steve-O saying the flaps in the wind? No, it was somebody else. This is exciting. I have 800, or I have 192 subscribers, y'all. Amazing. I did not, but a lot of people were talking about it, and a lot of people were saying that it was really challenging. It was really difficult for them to watch. I think Tommy was interested. I slightly picked up 8 days, maybe too long for him. I don't know, but I think he was interested. He was talking, he was like, "Ooh, it's a week." Yeah, so I sent him an email. Maybe he'll get it. Maybe he'll reply. That'd be rad. I'd love it. I don't expect a whole lot tonight because the man does his shit at like 5 a.m. Stronger man than I. Is that Jason's problem? Okay. It was glorious how Aaron fucked that guy's world. Yeah, I heard he was getting really, really frustrated with him. Your guess is as good as mine, my dear. They're all in their late 20s and just perpetuating the abuses, not the teenagers. They're still kids in. Miss Sunrise Dawn hit 25 subscribers today. Yes, Steve-O is the one who says Xenu is his homeboy. Quite impressive for a short period of time. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I'm quite pleased. I've got like 1.5 thousand watch hours and I've got 192 subs. It's crazy. I'm so excited. Thank you, Jen. You've already passed 200. I know it. Tell me you've passed 200 because you were so close the other day. You'll have 500 in a couple of months. Hope so. That would be nice. What about? What about, Marty? I can't watch Jason. He's still too defensive of COS for me to be able to listen to him. That's fair. I would have been frustrated too when Jason is still stuck on the tech. Can somebody give me Jason's last name? I'm trying to remember whether or not I have him I'm subbed to him or not. I can't recall. Does anybody know? Or what the name of his channel is? Because I'm trying to remember whether or not I'm subbed to him. I could only watch part of the Aaron Jason video. I was getting annoyed. Okay, fair. This chat is a bit tense. I'm going back to the beginning to catch up. Also fair. There's just one 19-year-old there, Crix, and no one yells at her. In fact, everyone talks to her supportively, but doesn't allow her to get anyone new in. Good. Good. Maybe you don't see the kids at Pack Base. I'm sure they're hiding them over at Big Blue. But I'm also pretty sure that there are a shitload of them at Flag. Jen's at 207. Hell yes. Horvatic. That's who it is. Yes, Artsy Tartsy, you guys are close. Yeah, Jason Horvatic. I think I had subbed to him just because I wanted to, I was interested in seeing what he had to say. But yeah, I don't know that I'm necessarily gonna watch what's happening between him and Aaron because I get it. Just a lot of people are trashing him because he's interested in the tech and he's trying to find ways to actually use the tech they use to call them squirrels, or indies. And maybe he's trying to find something good out of it. No, I did not say Horvath. I said Horvatic, Horvatic. I think that's how he is. How's the cruise thingo going? I popped in late. It's going pretty well. I've got the rooms blocked out. I've got one person booked so far. And I've been fielding emails all day about it. All day yesterday. I've been sending people email. I've been sending people messages on Facebook. A lot of people have been expressing interest. A lot of people have been talking about it on Facebook. People have been talking about it on their live streams today. It's really kind of exciting. Yeah, and I'm here for it. I am ready. People can call me to book. They can message me, they can email me, whatever they want to do. And once I get a couple more people booked in, so Ms. McAllister isn't just in there talking to herself, poor thing. We are definitely going to be putting together a Facebook page of a private group for people who book in so that they can swalk amongst themselves and, figure out stuff that they want to do or when they want to meet up or if you want to go on shore excursions together or whatever. But either way, it's happening. It's happening. Thank you for asking. He's a tool, and once you hear him once, you get he's just a first-year philosophy student that is still trying to find himself after the cult and in life. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. God, I can't imagine more people confused than first-year philosophy students. Life after the cult is hard, Marty, girl. I didn't sub to him, but I listened to him a bit when he first went public, or at least went public with AA Ron. I said, "What the fuck?" way too many times to sub to him. Okay. All right. I can get behind that. I don't think I've ever actually watched any of his videos. I saw him on once and went, maybe I'll take a look. I don't think I've gotten there yet. Love you right back. Understanding something about the tech can provide some immunity to it, even if just to recognize what to avoid. That is also fair. That is also fair. The best way to learn how to take something apart, um, is to actually do it. The best way to find something's flaws is to pull it to pieces. And if that's what he's trying to do, I mean, more power to him. But yeah, I can't imagine a person in the world uh, more confused and at sea than a first year philosophy student. So, yeah. And I get that he's looking for answers. Fuck. So say we all, right? Cricket, I had to tell you during his stream, Steve-O was talking about Scott's sneeze during our chat last night. I was cracking up. Dude, that was no sneeze. I don't even know what that was, but it was terrifying. I heard it all the way in the other room. Back of Beyond. Hello, Back of Beyond. Welcome. Jason is an arrogant douche who wasted money on an education that he could have gotten for free at the public library. Okay. Alrighty. Hello, Tony. Good to see you. Hi, all. Been lurking and listening, doing some cleaning in my bedroom. Fair. Fair. Glad to see you. Glad you're here. Take it apart and put it back together again. Damn right. I have a degree in philosophy. I learned to be open-minded and able to see, argue all the sides. He is still too close-minded, trying to prove himself. Okay. All right. Cricks, he's not just doing that, though. He still thinks that maybe Hubbard was onto something type shit. Yeah, Hubbard wasn't onto dick. I'm sorry. The man lied like most people breathe. Maybe he was on something. Rum and a lot of pills. Mostly pinks and grays, if I remember correctly. Cheers, y'all. See you, Marlene. Jesus Christ, LRH, just look up Herbert W. Armstrong. Crazy shit, but Bible-based. Absolutely. And there's a lot of crazy shit that's Bible-based. Shit, look up Marlene. People can call themselves gurus all they want, but when all they're doing is traumatizing people, what good is that doing in the world? Scott said to tell y'all he was 2 rooms away and it was still that loud. I am terrified of your husband. Just because of that sneeze. Miss Kathy Mitchell is here. Hi, honey. I'm home. Good to see you, Miss Kathy. Hef says that Bilf's been missing. Interesting. I thought I saw Bilf last night. Didn't I see Bilf last night? Could have sworn I did. At least for a little while. Weird. Yeah, I could have sworn I saw Bilf. Belf hasn't been missing anywhere near as long as Chems was. Oh, tonight. Okay. Okay. Belf didn't like us talking about Karen and Thailand Mark. How dare you spell his name with a C? The only Mark with a C that I'm aware of in this whole bunch is Headley. The rest of them are all Ks, including Marty Rathbun, whose name is also Mark. I don't know where CO Belf is. It's not like the guy checks in with me. Okay. The only other email I've gotten right now is the Scientology audit link from Miss Sunrise Dawn. Okay, Jen's going back to listening while you work on this essay. Okay. All right. Everybody, nobody say anything that's going to make her fuck up her essay, okay? Because this is important shit. Pup Groomer is the future. Ms. Jen is the future. She's amazing. Too many marks to count. Yeah. Yeah. If only we were in Germany. Huh? Only they use the euro now, so I can't even make a Deutschmark joke. Cults are Bible-based, New Age, political, something for all, crazy shit. Yep, absolutely. Oh, that's a good question. Jen, does I don't know if I have her email address because I have her on Facebook. But Jen, if you wanna drop me an email, just so I have a return path and I can give you Retired Red's email. Yeah, y'all are in neighbor states. No reason not to, right? Yeah, if you wanna drop an email to, chowyunsmut@gmail. Oh, it's on your page. Red, her email is on her page, on her YouTube page. So you should be able to find her email address there. Miss Sunrise Dawn, I grew up with a guy named Mark, so I can tell you there's at least one good Mark in the world. Okay, that's fair. And get back to your essay, ma'am. Headley is the reason I found SPTV. His interview with Cults to Consciousness sent me down this rabbit hole. Yeah, I got to tell you, Shalise Ansola is amazing. She is incredible. And I love, love, love the work that she's doing. She's incredible. That was a good response, though. You liked it? Quite clever? Thank you. I would curtsy, but I'm seated. Yeah, but Dawn, have you ever seen him in the same room with another Mark? Good question. They're doing a trip with their followers? Well, the Thailand Mark is thinking about it. He's trying. It's just not well thought out. It's a poorly thought out plan that I think may have left his mouth for the very first time the other night when he talked about it on Steve-O's. You don't tell people in January that you want to take a cruise in March. You just don't. That's the family background I came from, same as Shalice Sansola from Cults to Consciousness. God, no wonder you fled. Has planes, true or false? From what I understand, true. From what I understand, there are 2, but I've never been a guest on them. But from what I understand, from what I have been led to believe, yes. We've got 27 people in here, y'all. That's a record. I love it. Welcome. Oh, 28. Holy crap, in a basket. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome. You're welcome to hop in the chat if you wish. If you don't wish, that's totally okay. If you would do me a favor and either like or dislike, whichever you choose. I'm not here to tell y'all what to think. And please hit the subscribe button if you wish, if you want to know when we go on, because it's never at the same time and it's always sporadic. Hit that little bell and select all. I would appreciate that greatly. Thank you so much. I love that. Look at people. We're growing. Yay. Hooray. Now we're talking about names, all the various marks, all the marks we know. These are the marks I know. These are the marks I know. Tony came from a Jehovah's Witness background. Yep. Hef wants you to tickle that little bell at the top of my... She's inappropriate, but she ain't saying. Doug would be so proud of me. I hope so. I hope so. That's kind of what I want. That's kind of what I want. He was the inspiration. And when I went on tonight, I had 192 followers or subs. And that's awesome. I never expected I would get that many. People all over the world are tuning in. And this is a true thing because you're in Denmark. Maya's in Norway. I've got 2 Kiwis. I've got people up in Kazakhstan, Canada. Sorry, Kathy. Sorry, Marty. Yes, the Dave song. I'm glad you recognized that. No, I don't think it's odd at all, Marty. I think the man does a lot of work. And he gets paid handsomely for it. I do a lot of work. And I don't get paid real well for it. He's got a specific area of expertise, and so do I, but his is way more lucrative. That's how I can justify it. I can still hear him encouraging you when you first started popping up questions for him. You got this, Cricket. We're going to get through this. Yeah. Yeah. And I was backstage, and even though I wasn't on screen, I was still terrified. Absolutely terrified. Because I didn't want to put up anything that he wasn't ready to answer. I was, I would take things down too early. I had no idea what I was absolutely terrified. But he was super supportive. And he talked me through it. And we didn't get enough opportunities. That's what I'm saying. See you, Marlene? Hell yeah. To Doug, y'all. Kids in the Hall, a Canadian show. Yep, and I used to watch that shit all the time because I'm in South Canada, basically. I'm about 90 miles south of Thunder Bay. And look at me now. Here I am. I still made sure to put on, perfume and deodorant before I came on because I don't want to smell bad for y'all. Simon. Hi, Simon. Good morning. Oh, I wish you could join us on the cruise too. That would be fantastic. I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish. Where am I? I'm in northern Minnesota. I'm about 90 minutes. I'm sorry, I said 90 miles. That's not correct. I'm about 90 minutes south of south of Thunder Bay. Yep, I'm right on the tip of Lake Superior. Just the tip. Oh, Jessie Cat is in Southern Ontario. Very nice. Very nice. I still need to make it to Ontario. I want to go. I haven't been to Vancouver either. I've just been to Thunder Bay. Lame. I'm lame. My little heifer loves broccoli and green beans. Dogs are omnivores, not carnivores. Yes, this is true. Simon, I wish you could come along with us. I would love to have you there. I'm going to do the best to make it a blast. I am going to do my absolute best. That is my job. Yes, look at you now. You helped me so much letting me come on last night, amongst other things, with that terrifying sneeze from your husband. Oh, you used to live in Winnipeg? Very nice. Kimberly. Kimberly used to watch Red Green. I've seen a few episodes of Red Green. I am familiar of which you speak. Nope, I'm not in Ontario. I am not. And now you're in the Maritimes, Marty girl. Very nice. Just the tip, just for a second, just to see how it feels. I should. I really should. I need to make that happen. I need to do more exploring. More exploring in Canada. Oh. Just subbed up in Isabel's channel too. Simon, you charmer. Thank you so much. So that brings me up to 193. Nice. Yeah, I wouldn't wish Ohio on anyone either. Honestly, Hef, I'm so sorry. I just have to keep giving condolences every time. Could be worse, though. Could be Indiana. Jen, I call Jasper my four-legged Hoover because he eats anything and everything the second it hits the floor. Yeah, I've met dogs like that. There's Isabel's channel. Thank you. Thank you, Simon. Love you right back, darling. It was the sneeze heard around the world. And the sneeze heard around the world. It was the start of a revolution. No, you needn't change. You needn't change, back of beyond. I never know, but you needn't change. I've no idea. I'm just happy to have people in here. Edmonton, Alberta, very nice. Very nice. There are a lot, I mean, Canada's big, y'all. So I'm happy to see all of the people from Canada, from our nation's hat. I used to when I was in high school, um, they were arranging a senior trip from here to Banff, and, we were supposed to go to a big old mall there, and it was for our choir that they were trying to get everybody to go to Banff, and I don't know if they ever went, but I know they were trying. I had to drop out of high school senior year anyway, so even if I was gonna be able to go, I couldn't go. But yeah, so I've never been to Banff, just Thunder Bay, just barely the other side of the border from here, past past the what is that, an amethyst mine that's on the way? I think it's an amethyst mine that's between here and Thunder Bay. And I keep meaning to go back up in the summertime so I can rummage around in the amethyst mine because I love amethyst. Um, but yeah, here I am, just a little bit south of Thunder Bay, pretty much a straight shot all the way up. Yeah, so many new names in here. I'm so glad people are showing up. You are all welcome. I'm glad to see you. That is not the one that I meant to highlight because I'm bad at this. That, what she said. And what Kim said. Lots of new names. Welcome, welcome. Kick off the shoes and stay a while. Absolutely. Ms. Beaumont once kissed a girl from Banff. Okay. Red Artsy's email had her. I didn't put the email in my chat, but I certainly can if that's okay with you, Artsy Tartsy. But she sent us necklaces next to a lighter so you can see the scale. And Artsy, Ms. Retired Red wants to buy a necklace. Do you want me to put the email address just right here in the chat so that people who want to buy necklaces can do so? Yes, ma'am. Okay, good. I will do that. Here's another good shot of them decorating a pine cone or a couple of pine cones. Look at all these SPTV necklaces. They're $20 a piece with $5 for shipping, and Ms. Artsy Tartsy is willing to mail them. So I'm going to put her email address. I'm going to pop it right here in the chat. If you want an SPTV necklace, she's going to sell 10 of them, and that'll be her deposit for the cruise. They can be necklaces or they can be keychains. Please specify when you email her at that address right over there. I need to come to the East Maritimes. Okay, I can do that. Took a girl for a ride on my chopper years ago, cruising back roads and trails. Ended up in Canada without knowing it. Tough to explain at the border trying to get home. That'll happen. Lots of old logging and hunting trails. I imagine it was beautiful on a chopper, though. Especially during the time of year when you can actually ride a chopper. Yeah. Everyone, help Artsy Tartsy get her deposit for the cruise, for the Xena Marlene cruise, y'all. Buy a necklace or a keychain, 20 bucks, handmade, $5 shipping. Doesn't get any better than that. Support small businesses. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. I love all these new people. I love seeing more interaction in the chat from names that I haven't seen before. It's super exciting. You guys are filling my heart up tonight. I love it. I appreciate it. I was feeling a little grumpy when I came on, a little salty. Feeling a little less salty right now simply because everybody's been delightful. And also I was able to get my vent on. And that was incredibly helpful. But I mean, salty. It me. Yeah, the Mounties have no sense of humor, it turns out. You know, I guess I really am not surprised about that. Go figure. I'm trying not to let people get to me, Chems. I'm trying. It just gets really frustrating. It just gets frustrating sometimes. But, you know, humans are frustrating. That's just how we do. It's everybody's frustrated with somebody these days. And as much as I try to function with a little bit of grace, I don't always succeed in that. And I recognize that. Sometimes I'm just a cranky bitch. And also, I never said that I'm a nice woman. It's just who I am. I'm a small, bitter, angry woman. But I like to laugh. And I am deeply silly. So, you know, it balances. It all works out. And, you know, some days I have a lot more grace than others. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, Daniel. Honestly, we're flawed, but we strive for perfection. I don't even strive for perfection. I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday. You know, once you get bigger, you're going to have more trolls, right? It's the way of the internet when putting yourself on here. Sucks, but that's the internet for you, I guess. Absolutely. That's just being out in the world. And I know it. I don't have a problem swinging the band hammer when I need to. Just try to remember everybody you meet in life is struggling with something. That is absolutely true. And we don't know everyone's story. Sharing your frustration. Sometimes people just suck. That's true. That's true, Kathy. And sometimes people are just mean because they can be. Zach is getting his fair share of them, and he's the nicest dude on here. I mean, right? That's good enough, I guess. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad it's good enough for you. I am that. I am that. I can't be anything but me. I'm just me. No point in being anybody else, really. My bestie and her hubby are going on a Carnival cruise in a couple of days. Not jealous at all. Yeah, that's all right. September. It's happening. And it's just going to get more exciting as we get closer to the date. That's all. Because the more people that book into this, the more we're gonna be able to do really cool stuff for you guys. So, that's what I am about. Thank you, Marty girl. Funny enough, I've had more issues IRL than I've had here so far. Good. I'm really glad to hear that. You don't deserve a whole lot of issues. You are doing amazing work. I have a person making shit up about me at work. It really pisses me off. I'm too old for that kind of shit. Girl, same. Absolutely. September is the month. Remember, remember. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Yeah, we're going to be leaving on September 21st. It's going to be amazing. I am looking forward to tomorrow just to see what kind of emails I'm going to get. Because I've sent out a bunch of emails today and I've replied to a bunch of emails today. People have been hitting me up and I'm super excited about it. So I am actually looking forward to it. Looking forward to see who's going to be reaching out tomorrow. Maybe people will reply to the emails that I sent out. Maybe I'll hear from Tommy. We don't know, but I'm excited. Body. Yep, I see you, Kathy Mitchell. Red's going to email me right on. I look forward to it. I absolutely look forward to it. I love it when all y'all email me. You guys send me great stuff, even if it's just photos of animals being animals. Y'all send me great stuff. You send me things that my brain can chew on. Sometimes you send me a lot of information and I don't know what to do with it except to try to digest it and process it my own self. And it gives me perspective on who you are. Sometimes you send me photos of the art that you're creating, and I love that. Hef just sent me a photo. I'm almost afraid to find out. And I was right. 'Cause Hef sent me a dog's asshole. Thanks, Hef. Pain in my ass. Love you. Yeah, I love it. I love it when you guys email me. Sometimes you're messaging me because you are ready to book. Sometimes you're messaging me because you want information or you're trying to connect with other people. And, much like Tommy, I am all about the connection. I love the connection. I love being able to put people together. I love being able to facilitate things backstage. Being in the spotlight was never what I was into. Is it cash at the casino? I'm assuming that you mean on the ship. You can use cash. You can. Or you can get cash out or get credit out against your Sail and Sign account, which is the shipboard account that you set up when you check in for the cruise. So you can do it either way. I tend to pay with cash at the casino just because it makes my life a whole lot easier and I don't have to worry about what kind of crazy ass bill I'm going to deal with at the end of the sailing. Um, but yes, the answer is it can be. Absolutely. If you need to buy chips because you're doing table games, either card games or, like roulette or whatever, you can buy chips. I could never do a cruise. I don't do well with large groups of people. I don't care how big the ship is. That's okay. That's all right. You don't have to. And I would never want anybody to think that you did. But some people are asking me now, and if I get information from Reese saying to go ahead on that, and she wants to give me some tentative dates, um, I can plan an all-inclusive. I can plan a trip to a resort. And it can either be here in the US, although there aren't many in the US that are truly all-inclusive, or I can plan it for someplace like Mexico. Easy peasy. It can be done. I don't like large groups of people either. I spend a lot of time on my own. Unless I'm at karaoke. In which case, people just need to get out the way. Wish I could just know my limits. Fair enough. And that's important. Know yourself. Always. And recognize those limits and have respect for those limits. I ain't got no problem with that. And like I said, if I get the nod from Reese, which is something that I emailed her about today, I am more than happy to put together something at an all-inclusive somewhere. Happy to. And I'm happy to work with Girl Roar, who's an event planner by trade. So we can put something together. Ooh. In Vegas. That's within your travel range. All right. All right. Y'all talk to Reese. The all-inclusive, the land-based thing, that's up to her. That's up to her. I don't know of many all-inclusives. In Vegas, but I can do more research. Seems to be a lot of a la carte there. But I can do my research. I can see what kind of packages are available, what kind of group things are available. I can do that. Yeah, we can work on it. Talk to Reese. Talk to Miss Reese Pants. Tell her I'm here. I am more than happy to be a resource. How much is the all-inclusive drinks on the ship? Not prepaid. So if you buy it on the ship, Tony, it is $613.13 per person. If you prepay it, it's $565.93. So it's a little bit more expensive on board than it is if you prepay it. The only other thing is that if one person in the cabin gets it and there are 3 adults in the cabin who are of drinking age, all 3 of them have to get it. That's how the rules work. These rules, I do not make them. But that's how much it is. And the all-inclusive really means all-inclusive. It means not only alcoholic beverages, but also specialty coffees, milkshakes, energy drinks, bottled water, still and sparkling, um, cocktails, mocktails, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, not a problem. That's what it is. I will check that X thingy sometime, Mr. Crow. Sent me a cute clip of Minnie Crow calling in on Corn's show. All right, I'll check that out. Unfortunately, showing them is difficult on here. Um, but yeah, I'll take a look. Anyway, No Talk Tony, did you get all that? Did you have your pen ready or do I need to put it in the chat? I can do that too. Whatever you need, honey, let me know. It's not like you don't know how to hit me up on Facebook. I can messenger that to you as well. You need to get away, Marty? I hear you. It's just an audio clip? Ah, okay. Yeah, I will. I'll take a listen this evening when I'm done talking to y'all, for sure. You got it? Okay, good. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for letting me know. Anybody else got questions? You were telling Dustin as I was telling you. Nice. Hi, Dustin. She's doing quite well, the mini crow, the fledgling. You need to make sure she's resting. Probably good idea. Yeah, as we know, sometimes the little ones have a habit of sneaking out of bed when we least expect them to. Sneaky little ones. Oh, hey, not that Helen. Good to see you. You were lurking a little, but you see familiar names. Yes, and your name is familiar to me. Hi. I'm happy you're here. Yes, Mr. Crow, say hi to the fledgling for all of us, please. We appreciate that. We're glad to have everyone here. Not that Helen, did you just get here? You said you were lurking a little. How long ago did you get here? I was thinking about wrapping things up. We've been going for 2 hours, just kind of meow, 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 but have his hand pink waving. I love the way they describe these things when they're not going to show them to us in StreamYard. Kathy Mitchell, I have huge anxiety in crowds. I need to be able to escape fast. I don't travel well. I hear you. I hear you. It's taken me a lot of time to work on myself to make it that I can handle crowds. And even then, sometimes, I mean, all the time, I'm mapping the escape routes. But most of the time these days, I don't have to use them. I do map them though, because I want to know where they are in case I do have to use them. Hef, you're killing me. Goat turquoise white horns. But yeah, Kathy, you're not alone. You're not alone. See, Jen knows. Not that Helen, you've been here about 15 minutes, I guess. Very nice. Very nice. Chill W Cat. I'm the same way. At times I have to get out. Yep, for sure. Feeling trapped is an awful feeling. Yes. Yes, it is. Or even just feeling that you can't make your way out of a crowd, because I have certainly been there, and I've certainly had that panic attack, and I certainly did not get a fucking t-shirt for it. So yeah, yeah, on the Washington Mall, as a matter of fact, um, right by the big monument, or the National Mall, right by the Washington Monument. Hef just plows through with her big ass. Did you install a backup thing as well so that people know you're gonna plow through? You're going beep, 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 because I do that. I do that in the grocery store when I back up, just to let people know. I used to be a housebound agoraphobic, but it has subsided, still problematic in some spaces. Yep, yep, absolutely. Hatful clothesline old ladies, she don't care. She don't care. Grandson has the same issues. High school was too much for him. Yep. Having a panic attack while waiting in line is the worst. Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? Especially when you're getting so close to the front. Yeah, no, I was in a crowd at a concert during an Earth Day concert on the National Mall in, in Washington, DC, and, panic attack hit. Couldn't stop it. It was not pretty, and I was basically blinded. I couldn't find my way out of the crowd, um, and wound up just finding my way to, some policemen and asking them to please help me find my way out of the crowd. Please get me out of the crowd. I needed some breathing room. I don't know if I need the first aid tent, but I know that I'm having a panic attack. Please get me out of here. I said between sobs because it had hit the ugly crying stage with the hyperventilation. And yeah, it was good times. I panic on planes too. I just cry the whole way so we don't fly anymore. Okay. Yep. I'm yawning, y'all. Why? My famous saying is, I'm done peopling. My family knows that I'm maxing out and I'm about to run. Good. Nice. It's good to always, you know what? Having that code phrase, super important. It's like a safe word. Did he help you? Yes, he did. He and the person he was working with, the other cop, uh, they both helped me out of the crowd and got me close to the first aid tent. They couldn't really help me, but they gave me a place to sit down and have some water, and I was able to fish one of my anxiety meds out of my purse and choke that back. So yeah, that was incredibly helpful. Sometimes you just need a little space, little ability to breathe, and they definitely helped provide that for me. Yeah. Marty girl, hard after losing husband, but hoping into a new shape. It can be done. Takes a lot of work. Oh my god. Okay. Apparently my night meds are kicking in, y'all. That's kind of nice, isn't it? They haven't worked in a really long time, so I'm actually really happy about that. Um so that being said, I think I'm gonna wind things down here. Um, because the night meds are kicking in, and that means I might be able to sleep. That's kind of exciting. But thank you all for being here. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for showing up for your first time. Thanks for popping into the chat room and saying hello after seeing some familiar names and faces. Whew. Oh my gosh. Thank you for liking and subscribing if you've done that. I appreciate that quite a bit. Yeah, be well, honey. You know I'm here for you. Down in the description box is my email address in case anybody's interested in the cruise. My Venmo and my PayPal are also down there. I feel obligated to say this because Steve-O made me get a Venmo, and I'm not eligible for super chats or any of that shit yet. So, I look forward to next time as well, Not That Helen. I'm really glad that you showed up. Jen, rock out with your studies. Kimberly Gabaldon, good night to you. Be well, everyone. Be safe. Peace to you.